Alright, so we're going to tear down a Costway, it looks like, or Intertech, something, ice maker. It was just being used like an hour ago until I looked in it and saw, yeah, it's Costway. All the nastiness that's inside, and this machine is not set up where you can take it apart and pull the tray out, where you put the water and stuff. And the stuff that was floating in there, I said no. So I unplugged it, and it's going to be trashed. So,
it's going to be recycled.
Yeah, recycled. There you go. So y'all stick around. Let's see what's in it.
Rock bottle on the track, boy.
Alright, this should be a halfway decent view here as we play with this and tear into it. So we're going to start off by cutting the cord off. Now remember, we needed a cord for something.
We already got that taken care of.
We already got it taken care of because that's pretty heavy duty cord.
You daylight and $1 short.
Yeah, story of my life.
Yeah.
Let's tear into this thing a little bit. So here in a minute I'm gonna have to stop, recover the juice out of it, and then bring y'all back. I turned this thing a few times and tossed it a few times and whatnot. But we may still lose some water when I do this.
Don't mind, that's right.
Yeah.
He's just struggling.
So these things are actually, they're made to be replaced. That's the inside of it. They tend to leak. As you can see right here, it's already got a bad spot. But they leak Freon. They'll last you about a year, maybe two, and they're done. But looks like a lot of plastic in here. But we'll check it out and see if there's much that we want to keep. Alright, so it was tested. It was about to give out anyway. Well, nothing there.
What? Oh, don't. Oh, wait. Oh, it's got a baby little coil. A little bigger than a scrap of cheese.
That's right. We on a hunt to find a coil smaller than Scrap It JC's that he did that little short on.
I bet they're happy how well it's split up in here now.
Yeah.
Imagine that. You can see what he's doing.
How
You
y'all
see
like
what
it?
you can see what he's doing.
How y'all like it? Lights.
More lights coming.
Wow, this thing is just
I'm trying to do an ASMR video.
yeah. I'm gonna have to turn the sound off of this and just let you listen to music, trying to figure out how to open this up.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
So,
What are you hanging up? Oh.
kinds of water left in this thing. At least it's not like pouring out something horrible. There we go. Alright, now we can access most of what's in here.
Sorry.
Oh, that's right. It's over there tearing stuff up.
Yeah. He's a slave driver.
Pop together plastic. Let's plug it into the board and pull that out. Wow.
The hammer's the left. I think he won. That rope straight. Oh my god. There's the board.
Yeah. I don't know. This is the front panel.
Going back in the dog.
So a couple switches. They'll have silver on them if it's something you want to go after. Decent little IC chip on the back. Super cheap board. Whatever.
You need to find a Chinese one.
Make sure y'all can see good, yeah. So there's you a nice computer fan. If you needed one for a project or something. We're gonna do away with all this. Just cut it and get it out of the way. Little box with a circuit board. Again, we'll just cut it. Get it out the way. No. Plastic. All right, so top up here. It's not a lot up here. It's nothing I'm gonna go after really. This little motor, I'll pull it out because, well, it's easy to get to. When you can see how to get to it anyway. So there's a motor. This is a motor that runs the little corkscrew thing in here to get the ice out when you press the little button on the front. And we have wires in the way. And the wires in these normally are halfway decent. And the motors and stuff, because I mean ice makers pull a decent amount of energy, so I'll take pliers to get that loose. But then there's a second motor, so we're up to 2 motors now. All this stuff down here is plastic. So you do have a bunch of switches here. If it's something you'd like to go after, you can. There's the wires over here. These are little switches. There's going to be silver contacts in those. If it's something you want to go after. Again, nothing that I'm really worried about. That's... looks like it's copper, part of it. It says copper lines. Extra grounds. It starts getting to looking like steel, so I just cut it off. Same for this. The long lines, so we'll cut this one off. Another long line. So by doing this, it keeps the prices, it helps keep prices of building materials and copper and stuff like that down, along with helping the environment. I mean, you don't want to just throw this stuff out into the landfill. It causes some serious issues. That we really need to do something about. Find your local recycling places if they'll take, I mean, this is technically an appliance. If they'll take appliances, then give them the appliance. Hopefully they do recycle it the correct way and don't do some off-the-wall crazy stuff. This one will be a little difficult to get to, but so this is the solenoid. You can throw that in with motors, or you can bust it apart and take that copper out of it. I recycle copper wire myself a lot because I make copper art. So I'll just cut this off. Of course, you have to clean it to number 1 and number 2 by your joints and where the solder is. So I'll set that over there with the motors for now. This goes with motors. Finish cutting this bad boy out. Take all your plastics and recycle those where they need to go. And I'm just grabbing it, breaking it off. I want it to be decently clean because I'm not trying to get nothing over on nobody. So there's another motor. So we're up to 4 motors. If you don't have the stuff to take care of a sealed unit, let's bring y'all down. That's fine. This is a sealed unit. You can take your 4 bolts out and turn it in as a sealed unit without any issues or problems. I'm not exactly sure what these are. Oh, these are going to be little water pumps apparently, aka more motors. I think that's all it's holding that on is that one little screw there. Let's see if we can get it out. Copper aluminum rad. If you cut your copper noodles off, then these goes number 2, I believe, or these goes number 1. This side goes as number 2 where all the solder joints are, and then that would be an aluminum rad left. You just cut it off here and cut it off here and separate it out. So I found this to be interesting. I want to see what they are because this is really the only thing left in here. That one might take a smack with a hammer to break it off that plastic. There we go. So there's going to be little motors in these. Do you want to break them down? Yeah, probably. Probably want to pull those little motors out. I'm going to toss them in the motors as they are. It says 12 volt, 0.3 amp. So the only thing left is this, and I don't have my bolt stuff with me. This thing will have a little weight. It'll probably be 5 pounds by itself, something like that. But that's pretty much it on here. The rest of it I'll probably toss into the shred because it's still got the top frame, it's still got the bottom frame, it's still got the pieces up here, and it's still got some of the stuff on the back, so they can run it through that shredder and pull those pieces out. Of course, that's going to be after I take this off. So what all did we end up with? So let's move this out the way here. So we've got this copper. It might be a pound. Still got to be cleaned up, so that's maybe $2. We have the rad here. Doesn't weigh much, but that'd probably finish that off to a good pound on clean copper between this and this. So we'll say $3 a copper, maybe 50 cents for the rad. Just guessing. We've got this wire, 20 cents or so, maybe. We got shred, maybe 10 cents in shred, maybe, if that much. This thing is going to be my screw catcher for a little while. Good times, good times. Let's see, what else? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 motors They're 15 cents a pound. This may be a pound, pound and a half. Nothing great. We do still have the rest of this wire that is over here. This isn't going to add much to the value of the wire. I'm pretty sure I've said before, some of these connectors, or a lot of these connectors, are brass. So if you run them across a magnet, you know what, let's pull one of them off, see what happens. So, yeah, see, it doesn't stick. Some places will take that as dirty brass. If they won't, I personally would not worry about cleaning it up trying to do it, unless you just want to cut the ends. But the plastic that's on there is just a pain. And they may be aluminum too. They've gotten so cheap they've started making them aluminum. Henceforth, they can't handle much heat, and that's why they keep failing. And everything keeps breaking, and you have to keep buying everything again. So, halfway decent amount of wire. Let's pull this circuit board out so we can get a better look. So as you can see, backside is not really much of anything there. Nothing worth going after anyway. Front side, so IC chips have to be 6 legs or more. There's 3 on this side of those and 2 on this side, so that only makes 5. So those do not qualify as IC chips. This is going to have little spools inside of them of copper, and should have silver contacts. Let's see if one of them will break. Apparently not. Fuses have silver in them. I don't recommend going after them for silver recovery. This IC chip has 4 legs on one side and 3 on the other, so that makes that a good IC chip, that a good IC chip, and that one a good IC chip. You also have your transformer here. They can go in with the motors as well. And that's pretty much about all I go after on these. I will probably pull these off, but again, I'm working with limited tools right now. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hope y'all enjoyed seeing an ice maker tear down. That is one of the biggest countertop ice makers I have seen and gotten to tear down so far. So I was kind of interested to see what I could find, what it would look like. But not much different than the rest. And this right here was on the inside where you couldn't really get to it. You see how dirty it is? So that's what burns your compressors up and makes stuff freeze. You can't get the airflow through it, all that dirt and stuff. So they're not gonna last long. But I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you next time.